What's up, guys? Welcome to Coach K Answers 5 Reps with Coach K, where I answer 5 client questions that I've received this week. Before we jump into it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on any of my new content. Let's get started. Question 1, how to motivate yourself to go to the gym. So I'm going to approach this question as though you are done with work, you're ready to hit the gym, but you're just struggling with that after work motivation to actually make it in for your workout. So the first thing I recommend is start simple and start small. Begin with the easiest stuff on your program. If you've got a series of exercises and you know you really like bicep curls later on in the workout, simply get in there and get started on bicep curls. Another good strategy is to coax yourself into the gym is just tell yourself you're going to do 1 or 2 hard sets of every exercise. Chances are you start that first exercise, you sort of get into the gym because you know you're sort of limiting the amount of time you're going to spend there anyway. You get in there, you do your 1 or 2 hard sets, and you just end up doing your entire workout. If you know you're just exhausted on a given day and you can't imagine spending an endless amount of time going through your entire program, which is normally very intensive, go ahead and set a hard cutoff time for your workout. So no matter what, you know if you make it into the gym, you're planning on getting out of there at a certain time so you can get on with your day or get on with the rest of your evening. Question 2, how much protein am I supposed to eat in a day? And is there a range of time after my workouts when I'm supposed to eat it? So first answer here, the protein range for good health and also muscle building is anywhere from 0.6 grams of protein per pound of body weight all the way up to 1 gram per pound of body weight. Anywhere within this range is good. I generally tend to tell my clients to err toward the 0.8 to 1 gram per pound range, especially if their goal is muscle building or if they have really high intensity sports that they engage in. Aiming for the higher end of the range is definitely good. Getting anywhere within the range and definitely getting into the range if you aren't there already is going to be super optimal for you. In terms of a window after you work out, there isn't a protein window per se. Like the anabolic window has been shown to be not really a thing in research, but it's a good practice. I find that for most of my clients, if they're able to consume either a high protein meal or a protein shake after they work out, it's just a really effective way to hit their overall protein goal. Question 3, how far apart should my workouts be from each other? So when it comes to spacing your workouts apart through the week, the biggest thing we want to keep in mind is recovery. So if you're training your upper body or your chest, for example, on Tuesday, you wouldn't want to train it the next day because you're not going to be recovered, you're not going to have a good performance, and more importantly for muscle building, if you haven't even recovered from the previous workout, you're not going to be building muscle optimally. You want to make sure you're recovered back to normal, essentially, that you've lost your soreness and all of your damage and wear and tear is mostly healed up before you hit that given body part or muscle group again. So when it comes down to muscle building and strength work, the reason you would space your workouts throughout the week is you would put them just far enough apart so that you can recover from one workout before hitting that muscle group again. So if you had an upper body and a lower body day, for example, those 2 workouts could go next to each other. You might have a rest day in between because you're still recovering your upper body, and then you might hit upper and lower again after that rest day. If you're doing full body workouts and you've just got 3 of them a week, you might space those pretty evenly throughout the week so all of your muscles can recover. 4, why would you train upper and lower body on separate days? Is there a reason why you might do a full body workout instead? So the reason you're going to train upper body and lower body on separate days is because you're trying to focus your best efforts each workout toward one of those muscle groups. So if you have an upper body day that is specifically focused for those upper body movements and you don't have a bunch of other tiring exercises, you're going to be free to simply focus on those upper body exercises and basically get the best performance. And the same thing goes for the lower body exercises that are super taxing. They don't have anything else on that day, so you're free to focus on those big lower body lifts. Now, the biggest reason why upper body goes on a separate day especially is because your lower body lifts are super fatiguing in general. Deadlifts, squats, leg presses, big leg movements basically wipe you out. So trying to fit a lot of high quality upper body work afterwards doesn't really work out most of the time. So having separate days can be a really good way to focus on each of these muscle groups and especially let you focus on your upper body so you're not absolutely destroying it by doing your leg work first. That being said, there are times where you have to do a full body workout. If your program or your routine only allows you to hit 2 or 3 times a week in the gym, a full body workout is a great candidate. The cool thing is you can order your workouts such that you could still emphasize upper body and lower body on specific days. You're just going to do this with exercise order. You might have these full body workouts where one day you start with biceps and back, and then you do other muscle groups and lower body afterwards. Another full body day, you might hit legs first and then do other upper body exercises because you're going to focus on the leg day. A third day, you might start with chest and shoulders and then do lower body and everything else after that. If you're trying to emphasize a certain muscle group, it needs to go first in the workout. And if you're really trying to emphasize all your muscle groups in your training as a whole, you might want to put upper and lower body on separate days. Question 5, how do I warm up? Should I stretch before I lift? And are there specific warm-ups or stretches I should do for certain lifts? When it comes to warming up, there's 2 basic ways to think about your warm-up. The first one is what we call a general warm-up, and it's the classic warm-up of getting moving for 10 minutes, getting on the elliptical or the bike, and basically working up a sweat. The purpose of this is to literally get yourself moving, get your blood pumping a little bit, elevate your core body temperature so you're ready to essentially exercise and allows your muscles to be a little bit more pliable. The second thing we might think about is the specific warm-up. The specific warm-up is usually done immediately prior to a given lift, and it usually consists of doing the lift itself in a very light fashion with higher reps at first and working your way up to the actual heavy work that you're going to be doing for that day. Your general warm-up, that's going to be where you find certain things like getting on the elliptical or doing some cardio. And I would even consider like some general mobility work and general stretching. Your general warm-up should not be super tiring at all, and it really should only take like 10-15 minutes. I definitely recommend some form of light stretching before your workout, but again, keep it general, keep it more dynamic or active in terms of the stretch. I don't recommend doing a bunch of sit and reach stretches and stuff like that. Now, before a particular lift, you might totally have a need for some specific stretching. If your ankles are really tight before you squat and your calves are tight and they don't bend, your ankles don't bend the way you want them to, you can totally do some calf stretching prior to your squats. If you have trouble getting underneath the bar, getting your hands behind your back, you might do some pec stretching with some TRX straps, get into a deep pec stretch so as to get into the position underneath the bar. But you might pick only 1 or 2 specific stretches you need that are specific to your movements that allow you to basically do better in your actual warm-up for a lift and do better in your lifting. Thank you for watching. Coach K Answers 5 reps with Coach K. Really appreciate you watching. Be sure to comment if you have any questions for me to answer next week. Be sure to like and share with all of your friends. Subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and remember, if you want to make progress, then you got to make progress. I'll see you guys later.